Welcome to the video. My topic for today is Ike-Scan. My name is Abhinil Karani. My registration number is 20BDS0362 and this is for my Information Security Management Lab Assessment 3. So let's begin. Ike-Scan. What we will discuss in this video? We will introduce what Ike-Scan is, why we use Ike-Scan and how we use it. Then we will show how to install it in your system, and then finally we will see some tutorials or implementation of how to use Ike-Scan to scan to gain information of different IP addresses and servers. Moving on. So introduction to Ike-Scan. First of all, what does Ike stand for? Ike stands for Internet Key Exchange or Ike. Ike scan discovers Ike hosts and can also fingerprint them using retransmission back of pattern. Ike scan does two things. First of all, it discovery determine which hosts are running the IKE. This is done by displaying those hosts which respond to the IKE requests sent by the IKE scan. The second thing it does is fingerprinting, that is, it determines which IKE implementation are the host using. This is done by recording the times of the IKE response packets from the target hosts and comparing the observed retransmission back of pattern against the known patterns. We will notice these two things when we move further to the implementation part. Till then, we will see how Ike does things. So why we use Ike-Scan? We use Ike-Scan because Ike-Scan internet key system is like IPsec. VPN uses IPsec through Ike segments for its usage. So IPsec is the most commonly used technology for both gateway to gateway, that is LAN to LAN, and host to gateway or remote access enterprises VPN solution. An IKE is a type of ISAKMP, that is Internet Security Association Key Management Protocol implementation, which is a framework for authentication and key exchange. So IKE establishes the security association SA between two endpoints through a three-phase process. So the phase one is to establish a secure channel between two endpoints using a pre-shared key or PSK or certificates. It can use main mode, 3 pairs of message, or aggressive mode. Then there is phase 1.5. You can also call this phase 2, but this is between the phase 1 and phase 2. So this is optional and is called as extended authentication phase. And this authenticates the user that is trying to connect based on user plus password. And then there comes the phase 2. Phase 2 negotiates the parameter for data security using ESP and AH. It can use a different algorithm than the one used in phase 1. This is called as perfect forward secrecy, PFS. Moving on, how to install Ike-Scan. So Ike-Scan is not tough to install. Ike-Scan can be installed by going to this website, kali.org. I have that website over here, Ike-Scan. On this website there are information on Ike-Scan, what it does, how it works. And here, this is the installation size, that is 4.17 MB, and you can install it by doing sudo apt install Ike-Scan on your system. I have already done that. You can also do it in your just go on Kali, uh, open a new terminal and just type that command over here. Once again, open a new window and just type that command over here. Type this command over here and press enter and it will install by itself. So after installation, we will now proceed to how we do things in Kali, in Ike-Scan. So first of all, we will run the command to see our own system. We will run sudo Ike scan and now I will enter my own IP address. You can see what first you can do if config and see your own IP address. You can just type if config and it will show you the IP address of your system. I do not want to show the IP address of my system in this video, that is why I have skipped that part. uh, but this is what you can do: sudo Ike-Scan, and then you can type the IP address 127.0.0.1 and then press enter. Okay, so this is what it returns. This I'm doing this for three reasons: is to first to check if I have a VPN or not, and if I have a VPN, then is it secure, is it safe, or yeah, if it is available, that is for some reason I created a VPN and shut it down, but it's still there on Shodan. Now I will tell you what Shodan is. So, but first of all, see this: return one handshake and zero return notify. Zero return notify means there is no VPN, there is no active server on my system because I don't have a VPN. So that is why I return this. Now moving on to the implementation part. Uh, huh. Shodan.io is a website you can use for this. So Shodan is a search engine that lets you users search for various types of servers, that is webcams, routers, and servers, etc., that are connected to the internet using a variety of filters. Some have also described it as a search engine of service banners, which are metadata that the server sends back to the client. This can be information about the server software, what option the server supports, or a welcome message, or anything else that the client can find out before interacting with the server. Now, also note that the Shodan is a paid service, and for free it will only give our first page. So let's go and visit Shodan and see. Okay, so this is Shodan. This is the page of Shodan. Now we will go and search IKE. I already searched that. Let's see. This will give us some output. Okay, so this gives us all these IP addresses, and if I try to click on next, it will show that there's another I don't have Shodan account as this is a paid service. So what we will do is we will run this IP addresses and then look if we find an open server and what informations we can extract from it. Okay, so we've already done this. 1 second, let's move. Okay, so now let's say this 86.80.202. So I'll run sudo ike scan 86.80.206.202.46. So you can see here zero return notify. This means that there is no active server, but still this gives us some information about the connection type. First, it tells us that its main mode handshake return HDR, CKY is this, the SA is this, encoding 3DS, hash algorithm used is SHA1. Then it gives us the authentication PSK. This is group 2, live type seconds, and live durations it gives us. And finally, it gives us more information about VID and NS operation type and net peer detection version 1.0. All these things help us to note what type of connection this is, and it gives us much information. IKE, remember, is just for information gaining, and you can use nmap or any other things metas to exploit these vulnerabilities. You can use notify to check what the vulnerabilities are. Not notify, sorry, nicto, you can use nicto to check what the vulnerabilities are, and there are many other tools that you can use. IKE is just for information gaining. Also note that here the 00000 shows uh, and that it means one meaning handshake. This it is handshake zero. It is notified because no VPN server, so no key exchange or output. That's why it is 000 over here. It also shows us the time it takes to scan. But since this does not have any server, let's do one thing. Let's try another service. Let's try this 109.90. Sudo Ike-Scan 109.90 22 point sorry 22 point 254. So this here we can see that this returned an active server. This shows what the CKY is, and notify message is 14. This gives us this IP address 109.192.254 and all the other information. Let's see if we can get more information about the SA or authentication for any other website. Let's try this Canada, Vancouver. Sudo Ike-Scan 38.88.124.196. This one run, but this again shows us that one return notify. This shows us that the VPN server is active. This has a VPN server, and it also shows us some information. So this is how Ike-Scan works. You can enter another IP address and check if it is if what information can you gain from it. I will try one more just to show you. Again the same information. I already have another tab open for you where undergone I have tried many other IP addresses. Here you can see so many IP addresses I have tried, but this did not have any open servers. But this still shows how much information can be obtained. Like encryption is 3DES encryption, and the authentication is PSK, lifetime seconds, duration, live duration 28800, live duration is there. Uses Netgear. Your X authentication it uses VID we get, and dead peer detection, VID Cisco Unity. There is so much information you can get using the Ike-Scan voice system. So this is the typical use of Ike-Scan. So that is it. All these things information shows us uh, how useful Ike-Scan is and what an amazing tool it is for information collection. Thank you for watching this video, and you can use these references. This is the Showdown website, and this is the Kali website for Ike-Scan, from where you can install Ike-Scan in your system.